Hi there, this is Kathy. I've had a couple questions recently about sectional beaming using a chain from a warping board, not from spools or a warping wheel or square. So today I'm doing a short little sample warp. Here's my wee tiny little chain. It's only 4 yards long, so it's just a little thing. It was more efficient for me to wind it on the warping board than to set up the spools for it. So this is how I'm doing it. So I've got my little chain here. I'm just going to drop that down. This is my AVL tension box. So I fed threads through this reed, and then I generally take them across to this reed first. And when I've done that, I put just an overhand knot at the end to secure everything, making sure I catch all of the threads because sometimes they're slightly different lengths. Then I wind the warp through the dowels to provide tension. You can see the path that I'm using. And I do like the AVL tension box because these two bigger dowels, I can move them up and down and provide more or less tension as I need. Once I've got all that in place, then I attach the chain to my sectional beam here using this leader, and I use a lark's head knot to attach that. So once that's all ready, I'm going to wind my beam once to get a little bit of tension on that. I'm going to make sure that this warp chain is going to go right in the middle of this section. I want nice even sections like this. There's no lumps and bumps. It's not all on one side or the other. Well, that one looks a little weird, but that one's a little better. And I just want a nice flat section. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start beaming. And I'm looking carefully to make sure that this is centered in the section. It's not banging on the pegs or skipping over. And when I get to my knot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to tuck it back. This is just a silly little detail that I like to do. I tuck it back underneath like this so that when I look at it this way, it's nice and flat. And what that does is when this chain goes over this on the next round, there's not going to be a big bump in the chain, and that's going to give me some really nice even tension. So there's my chain down there on the floor. Don't mind the threads. And it's just going to hang there. I'll provide a little tension with my hand and wind with the other one. And then once I'm all the way wound around, I just secure that with a slip knot and a piece of painter's tape. Painter's tape will forever have a place in my heart and my studio because it's good for so many things. And then I'll continue and wind all of the bouts, all the sections that I need for this warp. So hopefully that helps and clears some things up. Happy weaving!